Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at two young girls, um, Cynthia Ardina Leslie and Jackie Lynn Leslie, who went missing July 31st, 1974 from Mesa, Arizona. And one of the girls, it says she was 15 years old, 5'6" and 109 pounds. Well, that's pretty exact. Usually they guesstimate. This one, Jackie was only 13 years old, and she was 5'4" and 110 pounds. And she had brown hair and blue eyes. They both had brown hair and blue eyes. So, Cynthia had a 1/2 inch mole on the outer side of her right armpit. She wears glasses. She couldn't see without them, and she had pierced ears. And Jackie had a mole on her right cheekbone and pierced ears. So, and right here it says Cynthia was last seen walking with her younger sister on July 1st, 1974. They were headed to a friend's home, which was located 3 blocks away from their own residence in the Desert Sands Mobile Home Park in East Mesa. So they were only walking 3 blocks, and it was all inside of the mobile home park. They had just moved there like a month earlier from Page, Arizona, so that their father, who was suffering from terminal cancer, could be closer to the hospital. Both girls were last seen walking on Baseline Road near Power Road. They told their mother they were scheduled to babysit, but she learned afterward that they planned to attend a party. Cindy likely was meeting a boy that her father had forbidden her to see. Teenagers who attended the party were questioned more than once. Stories conflicted. One teenager said the sisters did show up at the party, others said they didn't. Neither Cynthia nor her sister have ever been seen or heard from again since then. In the weeks following the girls' disappearance, family members and sheriff's deputies they searched the orange groves and cotton fields. These fields have since been replaced by subdivisions, apartments, theaters, and stores. So they wouldn't have gotten a ride because it's only 3 blocks away, right? It doesn't make any sense. So they either something happened to them and you don't somebody knows something happened to them and somebody knows something. Did they get to the party? Did the person who said they got to the party was I mean, if the stories are conflicting, it doesn't make sense because they would know whether they got to the party or not, wouldn't they? This girl's only 13 years old, 5'4", 110 pounds, brown hair and blue eyes. They were last seen walking together, heading to their friend's house, only 3 blocks away. 3 blocks. You know, and you don't know if it's somebody else that lives in the trailer park. I don't know. See? Wow, that's crazy. So there's the Charlie Project and what it says. It says 13 years old, 5'4", 110 pounds. She was carrying a hairbrush. It says they were walking together in Mesa, Arizona. They were headed towards a friend's home that was 3 blocks away in the Desert Shores Mobile Home Park. So maybe it was somebody that lived inside of the mobile home park or had a family member that lived inside of the mobile home park that they went to see and they were leaving. Wow. The father had asked the one girl to avoid an unidentified teenage boy, but maybe she didn't listen and maybe he was right, so who knows. So Some said they seen them at the party, and some say they never arrived. The girl's father died several months after they disappeared, and the family relocated to the yeah. So they were close to their father, and they never would have left him while he was ill. And the girl's mother remarried after their father's death, and she moved to Kingman, Arizona, which is near Bullhead. That's crazy and sad. And then we're going to look at some unidentified females because you got to realize that they're out there somewhere, whether been they've been unidentified and they haven't compared it yet, or they haven't found them yet. If they're deceased, or their bodies would be out there somewhere, and you don't know if their remains are still in the trailer park or if it's somewhere else. And this one, you imagine there's other people missing too, but there's an unidentified female that was found June 10th, 1984. That's 10 years after. Estimated time of death was 10 years after. She was 16 to 18 years old, 5'4", brown hair, and that's in Phoenix, Maricopa. Those were found in a dumpster on 21st Street, so who knows who that is. Her head and other portions of her body have never been recovered. So somebody just threw parts of this young girl in a dumpster that was killed 10 years after that. 10 years after that, would either one of them have been 16 to 18? No, maybe not. That's just so sad. And then this is Maricopa, Arizona. This is 1989, and it doesn't give the time of death. It doesn't know when they died. The 5'4" female, 130 pounds, it's estimated, with long, light brown hair. They don't know when she died, and she had a drug overdose. Healing broken nose on her face. Maybe somebody broke her nose. Wow. And she was in a dry canal, so they don't even know who that is. So, and then there's pictures of Cindy again. Cynthia, I don't know if they called her Cindy or not, but Cynthia Ardina Leslie was 15 years old, 5'6", 109 pounds. So, yeah, Cindy, they called her Cindy. It's so sad. The whole thing is so sad. And here's another unidentified female. Let's see what she was. 5'6", 109 pounds, 1974. This was 1989. Estimated date of death 1979 to 87. Homicide, skeletal remains. They don't know when this person died. That's almost 10 years difference. 17 to 19 years old, white female, 5'5" to 5'9", dark to medium brown, 12 inches long hair. Some strands appear to be bleached in at some point, so extensive dental work. 2 of her teeth missing before her death, and partial denture plate was in place. So if you know who this is, who knows? Partial denture plate was in place. I think I remember reading about somebody missing that had a partial dental plate. Okay, so this one was found by construction workers in a shallow grave in a vacant lot near Riverside Drive and Castleberry Lane in Bullhead City, Arizona. She is believed to have died 2 to 10 years before she was discovered. The victim's nickname was Castleberry Kate by investigators. 1979 to 1987. That's where the mother moved. There was a lot of people moving in and the casinos and stuff like that, working in casinos, living there. So, and then there's this person that was discovered, unidentified female, and she was discovered June 2nd, 1978, in North Carolina, and she was killed 2 to 4 weeks before, but she was still not recognizable. 15 to 20 years old, 5'3", 100 to 120 pounds. Light brown to reddish brown, medium length hair. Fingernails and toenails painted metallic red. They get her dentals, and some were missing post-mortem. That's the clothes she was wearing. Jeans with slightly ragged cut-off bottoms, open-toe platform wedge shoes with canvas straps. Flower designs, rubber soles, size 6, sweater with hood. Very short sleeves, horizontal stripes in various shapes across the front. The colors match the shoes. So the victim's remains were located by a farmer putting out fertilizer in a cornfield along US 74, approximately 1 mile east of the Interstate 95. So somebody drove a mile off the interstate to dump her body. The field is near an asphalt plant. No signs of trauma or cause of death determined. So death is suspicious. So she was killed in 1978. And here's some pictures of the girls that went missing together. They went missing together. Just walking a few blocks. Just walking a few blocks together. I mean, they weren't going far, just a few blocks, and then they're never seen or heard from again. Somebody's got to know something. I mean, I lived in a trailer park, and it seems like it's so close knit, and people are always looking outside. People are sitting outside in their yard. People are looking out their windows. It seems like somebody somewhere would know something. The people at the party maybe know something. I mean, if you know something and you've never come forward, you were afraid or whatever, or maybe you just don't feel like it's important, or maybe you didn't feel like they listened to you or believed you because the stories were conflicting. You should come forward and let the authorities know. You should let them know, because maybe they're looking at, they're not looking into the case right now. Maybe you feel something's really important and you need to tell them again, because how are they just going to go walking a few blocks, and then they're never heard from again? That is so sad. I wonder if it was somebody living in the trailer park. I mean, if you know something about somebody in the trailer park at the time, you should come forward and let authorities know, because maybe you know something that they hadn't even considered, because I don't know. And then there's these other people that are unidentified, and if you know who they are, I don't know if they're not listed on the Doe Network, and maybe they're in NamUs or the Charlie Project, because sometimes I see that there's some in one place and not in the other. Or maybe somebody went missing and they only get reported as a runaway. But if you know who these people are, they're unidentified. If you have any information, you can get the NamUs case number off this. Here, I will scroll down so you can see the NamUs case numbers for them. The Charlie Project, I don't think has the NamUs case numbers. I don't know. So there's the NamUs case numbers. But you should let somebody know if you know something. It's just so sad that there's so many people that have gone missing and nobody knows what happened to them. And 2 of them together. I don't know how they got the picture. It's a reconstruction that somebody did. I wonder how they do that. Anyway, I don't know if that's what they look like because it says that sometimes it's just what the artist just draws a picture and has to put in parts where they don't know what they look like, so that might not be what they look like. So, but it's just a girl, 5'5" to 5'9". That's a female, 17 to 19 years old, with long hair. So, if you know something about something like this, you should contact authorities and let them know. 1989. Wow. I may have been living there around that time. I can't remember when I moved there. That's crazy. Maybe, though. Yeah, I think I might have been. I think I was living in the area at this time. I just realized this. And who would have thought? Who would have thought that somebody would do something like this? That's crazy. Riverside Drive in Castleberry Lane in Bullhead City, Arizona. She is believed to have died 2 to 10 years before she was discovered. Wow. And there was a purse found with her, but they didn't put the description. She had an owl-shaped multicolored earring, and they didn't put the description for the clothing is unavailable. So I don't know. But if you know who any of these people are, and this one is North Carolina, if you know who any of these people are, who they could be, you should contact authorities and let them know. If you have a family member that was reported as a runaway, that's never been reported missing, and nobody's ever found them or heard from them again, you should make sure authorities know that there should be reported missing, because they have unidentified people that they don't know who they are, and maybe everybody's not reported missing, and that's why. I don't know. I don't know. It's just so sad and so terrible to see what's happened to these young ladies that had their whole lives ahead of them, and then now they'll never be able to have families and have a life and have a future and all the things that other people have. That's just horrific. Meanwhile, maybe their killer's got a family and children and grandchildren and graduated from high school and gone on to college, or who knows, and had a full life, or maybe even went around killing other people or hurting other people, but they should be brought to justice. The killers should be brought to justice. They shouldn't be nothing happening to them. But if you know anything about any of these, I would just hopefully by now you will come forward. You can remain anonymous and you can come forward and you can let somebody know. Anyway, thank you for tuning in, and I appreciate my viewers. We're just a small channel, and please feel free to leave comments. Have a great day. Bye-bye.